we've got new Defenders footage by way of a cool confessional scene with Daredevil. This is pretty important and I think kind of hints to a big plot point. And you know, we got to do our thing. We got to talk about it. What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. Guys, a new little teaser trailer for the Defenders dropped. It has Matt in confessional with his priest, talking about a couple of different things. I mean, just talking about Elektra mostly and this life he used to lead. And that is the place I want to start with, basically. Matt is no longer Daredevil at the beginning of Defenders. Now, this has kind of been out there, but if you didn't know, I apologize if you consider that a spoiler. But he, ever since the end of Daredevil Season 2, has not worn his costume. He has not been active as the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. I think this has to do with A, Elektra dying, but B, also him killing Nobu. Now, we know that he didn't actually kill him, that Stick killed him, but to Matt, I think he broke his rule. I think he did the thing he said he would never do. So that's where we will be at the beginning of Defenders. And just briefly, I think that in the first episode, a lot of people are talking about how the crew is all going to be focused on in their individual story. We're going to go around and see where everybody has been at since the end of their individual series. And this is just where Matt is going to be. Now, it's interesting that they decided to start with Daredevil for these types of teasers. The prevailing theory now is that we will get similar type teasers for all of the characters as we move forward. And I really don't see why we wouldn't. I think that's pretty stinking cool, actually. A nice little way to kind of get people primed for the series and also kind of get them ready for what the beginning of the series is going to be. Now, they say that Iron Fist was the most watched out of all of the Defenders individual series. I don't know exactly what they mean by that or where they get those numbers from, but that's kind of the blanket statement that we've gotten from Netflix, is that Iron Fist was very popular. Some of these other series were not. Netflix as a company has been growing. It gains subscribers as we get late adapters, as people get internet, as, you know, people leave their parents' house and leave college and have to get their own Netflix account. There's more and more subscribers of Netflix every year. So it's fair to say that that could be an explanation for it. But either way, here's the thing. There are a lot of people that are not familiar with all of these characters. If you're watching this video, you probably are familiar with all of these characters because we're super nerds, guys. That's what we like. We like to get real nerdy on this stuff. So you don't necessarily need the catch up, but in the name of making it as mass appeal as possible, there will be a lot of time spent with the individual characters before they all meet up. I'm perfectly fine with that. And this is just the catch up on Daredevil. Now, Daredevil, of course, was the guy who started it all. I remember watching that first season. Man, it blew me away. It was cool. It was fresh. It was the best version of Daredevil I'd ever seen. And I actually liked the Ben Affleck movie. But this version of Daredevil is my Daredevil. Holy crap. Amaze balls. So I think it's pretty cool that they're going to start with this character with these promotional things and probably start with him in the narrative for Defenders. Now, the thing is, I think this kind of hints towards a major plot point for the entire series. This is something I talked about in my video about the bad reviews for the Defenders. I talked about this briefly, but about how I think the crux of the narrative, the meat of this story, is going to have to do with Elektra. It's going to have to do with Matt and Elektra, how much they love each other, but also the fact that the whole team thinks they have to put her down. She's going to be this assassin, freakazoid, powerful demon thing, and the actress that plays her has said on record that she's got some kind of amnesia after being resurrected, so she's not going to be the same as she was before, maybe not even remember Matt. She's going to essentially be Winter Soldiering, and Matt Murdock will be playing the role of Steve Rogers in this scenario. And he will be trying to wake her up out of this and remember who she is. Like Simba. But in either case, I think that's going to be really important to the plot. Here's what I kind of anticipate going down. I think that the Defenders themselves are going to be a force to be reckoned with. but I think Elektra is going to be OP. I think that's kind of, that makes the most sense. If Elektra is OP or Alexandra is OP in some sense, that's good for the show, because you want to pit them against something that's really, really tough. But I think that what is going to be interesting is Matt is going to not want to kill her, and he's going to want to put a lot of energy into getting her to understand and who she is and who he is and everything like that. The team is going to be focused on just putting her down. But what's funny is, what if they can't just put her down? What if Matt's way actually is the best way? I mean, he's a Catholic. That's a big part of his character. He believes in second chances. He believes in redemption. That's why he's in confessional. He believes he can be forgiven and find grace. So, look, I think this is going to be a major thing for the Defenders. They're going to be like, no, we're a group of badasses. We're just punching our way through everything. But maybe in this one instance, force won't work. Maybe Matt's right. We need to bring her over to our side. Now, the only way that works out in a way that's interesting, at least from my perspective, is if there's an even worse big bad, okay? There's the Steel Serpent from the comics. I would love to see something like that, because of Black Sky. Look, I like the idea of Black Sky, but I like the idea of Black Sky as just one little weapon. I don't think it should be like the demon. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be able to resurrect a demon or something similar, or use the Steel Serpent or something, like a big bad, but I don't think the Black Sky should be that thing. I think it should just be like a mini boss, so to speak. Because if they turn Elektra to their side, and then they have Elektra and Stick maybe, and even Frank Castle maybe, what could possibly give them any trouble? So you need a real badass to be messing around there. You need something like that going on. So that's my only really concern, but I just wanted to do this video, talk about Defenders. I am super excited for Defenders. So if you're excited to get some Defenders in your life and some YouTube videos after you've watched all the shows, subscribe to this channel. And, you know, we're going to do at least a review of all of the episodes and overall my thoughts, maybe even some rumors, because apparently there is a post-credit scene after episode 8 of Defenders. But, you know, look, based upon popularity here on the channel, we could go deep on it, we could go shallow, so it's up to you guys. Punch the like button in the face if you like this video and you want more Defenders on the channel. As I always say, guys, I hope you are having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!